Hello, my name is Justin Myers and I am a Utah bankruptcy attorney. Today we are going to be talking about Chapter 7 bankruptcies, giving a brief overview. This and other topics can be read about in a book I wrote entitled Filing Bankruptcy in Utah. This book can be ordered for free from utahbankruptcybook.com. You can also call my office at 801-308-8200 and set up a free initial consultation. A Chapter 7 bankruptcy is the most common type of bankruptcy that is filed under the Federal Bankruptcy Code. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is often referred to as a liquidation bankruptcy. This description creates a common misconception. Some people think that they will lose all of their property if they file a Chapter 7 case. This is often incorrect because most people are able to keep most, if not all, of their property in Chapter 7 cases. With several exceptions, people in Chapter 7 bankruptcies are able to eliminate all of their unsecured debt, or most of their unsecured debts. In Chapter 7 cases, people can usually eliminate all of their credit card debts, medical bills, signature loans, personal loans, unsecured lines of credit, payday loans, and deficiency balances on repossessed vehicles and foreclosed homes. Debts that are typically not dischargeable, meaning they will not be eliminated in a bankruptcy, include child support, alimony, criminal fines, and civil fines. Taxes and student loans are dischargeable under certain limited circumstances, but the general rule is that these debts will not be discharged and that they will survive a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Upon filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, creditors are required to immediately stop all collection activities. This means that creditors must stop sending collection letters and calling on the phone. This also means that creditors must stop all garnishments and halt all lawsuits. A Chapter 7 bankruptcy will generally stop foreclosure sales and repossessions from proceeding if the case is filed before these events occur. However, since these debts are secured by homes and vehicles, a Chapter 7 bankruptcy filing usually only stops foreclosure sales and repossessions temporarily, generally only for a few weeks or months. Usually if the person who files a Chapter 7 bankruptcy does not get caught up on these payments with a mortgage company or vehicle financing company, these creditors will file a motion with the bankruptcy court asking the judge to grant them permission to proceed with a foreclosure or repossession. In Chapter 7 cases, if the debtor feels overwhelmed with a secured debt payment, such as a vehicle payment or house payment, the debtor can surrender the property back to the bank holding the loan. A lending bank then only has the right to take the property back, the home or the vehicle. And after the foreclosure and repossession, the bank cannot sue the debtor for the shortfall or the deficiency. In Chapter 7 bankruptcies, there is a Chapter 7 trustee assigned to each case. Chapter 7 trustee's primary job is to find money that the trustee can distribute to creditors in the case. To accomplish this objective, the trustee looks for assets that the trustee can take and liquidate or sell. The trustee uses whatever money is collected to pay the debtor's creditors. Most people worry about losing all of their property when they file a Chapter 7 case. The reality is that most Chapter 7 bankruptcy filers end up keeping their property, and the Chapter 7 trustee ends up taking little or nothing from them. State exemption laws allow people who file Chapter 7 cases to claim certain exemptions in their property. Valid exempt property cannot be taken from a person who files a bankruptcy. This means that most people who file Chapter 7 cases are allowed to keep their vehicles, homes, and their household furnishings and possessions. It is important to speak with a bankruptcy attorney to determine what property is exempt and what the trustee is entitled to take.